Yes, we are live, Uday, and welcome.
Hi,
Welcome.
happy.
It's an honor to have you, though I took a lot of attempts to catch you. But it's an honor to know you, to have you here in this conversation. I'm really happy that took out your time. And people who are listening, I am Ranjini Sanjay, and today we have Udhay Shankar with us. So quickly, Uday, tell us about yourself, who you are, and what the people know about you.
Sure. So, just like maybe one out of three people in India, I'm an engineer by profession. So, I did my bachelor's in instrumentation and control systems from Coimbatore, PSG Tech. And I'm one among the five from India who got a scholarship to do one semester in Australia. So, I did my robotics there. And then I got one more scholarship, a part scholarship to go to UK. So, I did engineering design there. So generally, so out of India education has been mostly on scholarships for me. So that is the good part. And ideally, if you saw what I did in college, so more than what I scored on books, I've piled up a lot more certificates. So it's been, more of projects, extracurriculars, and all that with us. And over here, for me, the biggest thing was whatever I did, I like to do it in a hands-on way. So all my learning has been practical, more of application. So more of contest, project ideations. That is where you would find me. So personally, I like, quite friendly, open, easy to talk to. My best part, or what I would say is my biggest plus, is if you give me something small, I know how to apply it and make it big. So that application knowledge would be my best strength.
Wow, that's so powerful. I know you as an achiever. Like, no, I think achiever can have many number of E's and R's to increase the length. Because the kind of accomplishments you have, it keeps increasing, expanding. And as you said rightly, you make it big. So, yeah. So personally, you've been a role model for generations to come, and I want people to know you, the kind of work that you have done. And yes, there's a lot of engineering behind you and design, and there's a lot of passion in creating using technology. So tell me, Uday, like having this big list of achievements that you have, and no, even I think I'll run out of the interview time to even talk about that. But tell me the leadership ability that you have. You're clearly a leader, and I believe that we all are born leaders, and this is something we have from childhood. So, what do you think you have that is the source of the success that you have right now?
Sure. So, like you rightly said, though everybody is born with potential, it takes an instance or an event to bring out the potential in you. So it's all latent always. It is what the challenge you take up. When you challenge yourself, you bring out the best in you. The bigger the challenge, the more you grow. It is as simple as that. So, as you rightly said, I started from being a one person, the only person in the company, to today employing people. So, if you ask me, Uday, were you leader always? I cannot say yes or no because the only person I was leading was myself at one point of time. Two, today we are having a team of more than 25 people on roles and consultants, partners. We now have in 6 countries. So that is the way we have grown over the 6, 7 years, and in the technology space especially. So when I started the Do It Yourself Academy, was more focused on what I learned in the second year of college in terms of robotics, electronics, and all that. So, can I teach the same to a child in second standard? So, can I reduce second year of college to second standard? And why would I want to do that? Because children have the potential. So, I've taught children, in fact, I even taught children in government schools and orphanages, and I could see that they were able to grasp, perform, and win national level awards. If children without any experience of using computers or internet are able to do it, then why can't our children who have all the access to all these tools do it? So then, as a first step, we started teaching step by step. If you see, we saw a huge difference in children, primarily because children have the talent. We were only the platform, and we do not take credit that I made the child do the project, right? So we only say that, we taught the child the basic to do the project. So the first thing, if you ask me about leadership, is not to take credit. When it is bad, you take it up. When it is good, you don't take it. So I think that is the first thing I learned. When somebody is recognized and appreciated for their efforts, it gets repeated. So whenever my team achieves something, I make sure I bring them in the front. So recently, we even did a world record where we had almost 15,000 children across the country to participate. And we did this in a time of just 45 days. So the team, day in, day out, they did it. And the credit also goes to the team. So I think giving credit is the first thing about leadership. And second thing I feel is about freedom. Freedom per se, I would say freedom to think, act, come up with choices. So you just need to be the person they can bounce back with. I have this idea. Can I do this? That kind of the feel is what I think we need to do. And third and most important thing is what I definitely believe and work is what does the customer need?
Hmm.
Now, when I make something, what I feel is right is not what the customer needs. Correct? So
Hmm.
if we understand what the customer needs, now for example, customer says, I want a four-wheeler. Understood.
Hmm.
But does the customer have experience in driving a four-wheeler? That we have to understand. So we understand the requirement is four-wheeler, and we need to bring our expertise to make sure how to make a four-wheeler that is easy to use.
Hmm.
That is where our expertise should be. It's not be like I made a three-wheeler, you take it.
Got it.
So I think these are three key areas. So leadership in terms of one, giving credit, two, enabling people to do what they think is a good idea and giving them necessary support, and three, it's about let the market lead us.
Hmm. So what I'm hearing, Uday, you have shared it wonderfully. There are two aspects. One thing you shared initially was, no, challenging yourself. So that is something personally that you have as a leader, that you have challenged yourself to grow and expand. So that's the first thing I noticed. As a person, and I know you have really grown from where you are, and no, you are always challenging yourself. So that's a huge leadership ability that you have and you're practicing. And the other wonderful aspect that you said is about creating leaders. You only talked about other people, making them leader, making their creative ideas fulfill, no, like it is achievable, doable. And the last thing was, no, what the other people, the customer wants, what's their requirement. It's not about what I think is right and this is good for you. So your leadership is all about others, their dreams, their potential, and they seeing themselves as leaders and fulfilling on what they want. And this is very powerful, Uday, very powerful. And I can't, I don't see that, I can't imagine, but I'm really proud for the leadership that you are in your company and wherever all the NGO work that you're doing. And no, I think your team is blessed to have you as a boss.
I think it
So,
goes both ways.
tell me about your work. No, the kind of work you do with Dia and the charity work, and you've done a lot of work. So I want to hear it. What's your plan for 2021? What's the vision and mission? How it all started?
Sure. So I mean, it's been a while since we met through Amrit in BNI. It's been a while, and from there we working together, small
Yeah, yeah,
consultations, small
yeah.
steps. So we took baby steps. So thanks to you, we're also part of the inauguration of the mall. We were so happy to have you at Dance School.
Absolutely.
So it
And
was
that's
thanks
one
to you and my
thing that
partner.
yeah.
was a very big thing because thanks to you, you are playing a very key part. Because of your reference, I got the right partner, and we built India's first mall-based experiential learning center, Get Unschooled, right? So that was a first step. It's first of its kind. So wherein we brought all age groups together and we said, why mall should be just for fun? Why can't it be fun and learning together? That was one of the key things which we did. But that being said, I think the biggest thing which I have achieved in the years of building there is clarity in terms of dividing the verticals. So first and foremost, I would say this would be the B2B vertical. So where we work with institutions. So our title, what we normally say with institutions is synergizing for success. Very, very simple. And how do we synergize? So institutions are already striving to provide the best of education to children. So we collaborate with the institution and we say, please outsource the robotics and technology education to us. So we will work with you to ensure that children get the best of robotics and tech education from across the world. So we have partnerships in UK, US, Singapore, and Australia. We set up a lab in the school or the college. We provide our faculty and we run the program for the institution. So they don't have any tension of what to do, how to do. It is fully on us. So we are experts in execution and in mentoring. So your expertise is in educating children on the basics, on how they can perform well in terms of the education system. So when both of us synergize, the success is for the child. That's why we call it synergizing for success. That is a
Wow.
first vertical. So second vertical, what we say is called as partners in progress, which is our B2B2C, which is more of a partnership division. So where we welcome those who want to be part in the education sector, those who want to get started, or those who are already established and looking to add more verticals, looking to grow. So starting from something as small as 25,000 until something as big as 25 lakhs. So we have various opportunities to be part of the Diva family, and we provide a technical expertise and we become like a knowledge and technology partner, and we give them the scope to do the business. So we stay behind and put them in front, and they can in turn work with institutions, children directly, either set up their own centers. For example, the one you came to, Nadia, that was one of the centers which we had from one of our partners. And the institutions we work with, many are coming through partners. So where we remain as a technology partner. And something very, very specific and which I would say very close to our heart, what we did during COVID was many people had lost their jobs. They had, needed an alternate source of income, and starting your own business is not that easy. Being a business coach, I'm sure you would agree to that
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of money. A very simple fact, to get the documentation right, we spend almost 25,000 to get
Mm.
the documentation in place, right? So what we said, why don't we create a new business model where we say invest 25,000, start your own business, and start making money in 7 days. And
Wow.
all this at the comfort of your house and time of your convenience.
Mm.
Now,
Great.
this was a very, very big move. And we said, we will give you all that you need. So, in 1 week, we mentor people. And right now, our biggest success stories we have one Miss Priya from Adyar itself. She's teaching children from 4 countries from home.
Wow. Wow. Yes, I was really delighted that you created this women entrepreneurs. I really got to know your idea of empowering women, and it was the COVID time. And no, this was you created an opportunity for many people. I can clearly say that, and that was
Correct.
amazing what you offered. For,
And that's
from
why we call
starting.
it partners in progress. So, progress
Yes,
for them, for us, and for children.
and I remember meeting you in my school in Nellore, and that's where our journey started. And we have traveled to Madurai also together
Exactly.
for
Yes.
robotics. And I think clearly the passion for education is what we got connected. And I love
Well,
about the power of technology that the future is going to use, I completely
Mm.
believe in that vision you have. So
Very
yes, and from there to the work, your curriculum, it was very, very, brilliant. It's something, I could say the word is small, but you have done it because you could bring it down for a 5-year-old and 6-year-old to learn robotics. And the kind of, what to say, what to say, the way of learning, no, the group learning and sitting down. I love a lot of things in your curriculum because this is all the children right now need to get that connectivity with other people, communication, learning. A lot of beautiful things you have integrated, and I'm really proud that you are reaching global partners, not just with customers, with business institutions. And I love the leap that you have taken. And I bless you for that. And tell
thank
me,
you.
what is your big vision? What's the long game that you're playing?
Mm. So long game for us, like I said, all our vision is about making children future ready. That would be a single point agenda for us. So we might have many routes, many ways, many types of approach, but that is
Mhm.
the end goal. So how many children can we impact across the world? So in the next 5-10 years, our goal is to reach at least 81 countries across the world with
Mhm.
presence and partners. So one thing which I definitely believe and I pursue in day-to-day life is together everyone achieve more. That is what team is all about. So I
Mhm.
keep actually looking for people to collaborate with. The
Mhm.
first thing when I look for a teammate is, are they having the same vision as you? Because the very reason we are connected and we're talking is because our ideology, our vision, what we want to do had a match. That is why
Mhm.
we had this chance of working together. So that is the first thing which I look for. So through partners, we want to reach to 81 countries across the world. And right now, we are working with about 15,000 children annually. And that we would like to bring it to 1 crore children.
Beautiful. So I completely agree with you there because for all business people, entrepreneurs, it's to connect with people who believe in what you believe. And if you have that connection, definitely you have a partner, you have a customer for a lifetime. And you are, as a team together, it's a win-win. And that's beautiful. And I, wish you all the success that you want. And I want to see you grow globally, as you said, 81 countries and uh, many billions of children being made future ready. So
Thank you so much.
that's your vision, and that gets fulfilled. So quickly, Uday, tell us how to connect with you, the amazing person you are.
So first thing is just to understand a little bit more. You can always reach out to the website that is dialabs.com, dialabs.com. Or you can always give a call to our team on 95959 18000.
Mhm.
Or you can just drop a mail to reach at dialabs.com.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you for sharing the number. And I invite people listening who are into the field of education and institution and they want children to be future ready. Uday is the person to contact. And
Thank
I
you.
want people who are really looking at creating an opportunity working from home with the business model he has. You have a right person here. So thank you, Uday, for sharing all of this. And I will look forward to have another conversation sometime later.
Sure.
But as of now, tell me what is the message that you want the people, what do you want to leave this conversation with? What is the closing message?
So I think the closing message I would like to leave for those who all want to get started. So getting started can be fancy, can drive, but once you get started, it won't be as easy as you imagine. You'll have your own fair share of challenges, difficulties, which will be both physically, mentally, and emotionally draining. So our wish should be bigger than money. So only then we'll be able to endure all the challenges and move forward. And nothing comes easy. What comes easy goes easy. So we need to be in for the longer run. So understand that it is going to be hard. So people will say start, start, start. It is easy. Very important that the why has to be very, very clear. Why do you want to start? What do you want to achieve? And when do you want to achieve? So with these three questions, once the answer is coming from here for all those three questions, that is when you start.
This is something gold that you've shared, Uday. The why has to be really big because when you wake up in the morning, that will keep you go on. No matter what the circumstance is, it's good. It may be good, bad, ugly. We don't know, but the why it should no. It inspires you, gives you that charge to go on. And
Absolutely.
absolutely, and that makes that's a big vision. It's something bigger than who you are. You have to have that in front of you and something that you really want to make a difference in this world.
Absolutely.
So thank you there. It was lovely to talk to you, and no, though it's a challenge to meet in person, but I love this conversation.
Likewise.
So
Thank
thank
you
you
so much
so
for
much.
taking the time.
Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.